Assalamualaikum and good day. In these past years, teachers have been reporting that there is an increase among students using offensive languages in schools. Now, according to a psychology professor from Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, the average adolescent uses roughly 80 to 90 swearing words per day. This will result in the normalization of using swearing words to express themselves and to use among their friends. Next, Timothy and J. Krista found that both men and women are the same when it comes to cursing and being emotional. So, cursing is actually a common childhood problem, and despite these children were reprimanded by their parents, most of them will continue to curse in their later part of their life. To understand further about this issue, watch this video till the end. Thank you.
Oi, dah siap kerja?
Tak siap lagi. Fuck, aku lupa sial. Yang mana ni? Page mana ni?
Page 190. Aku pun tak kuat faham sepatah haram tu.
Alah, jadi tiru je lah. Mana betina lagi dua orang tu?
Tiru aman. Dari mana ni?
Buka
Memasak.
macam dengan asam pedas ni kenapa? Seriously, pizza tu memang macam kimak, macam babi, macam sial lah. Kenapa? Tak, masalah sekarang Amal kena tahan tau dengan dia kat pagar. Sebabnya Amal tu lambat 2 minit je dari aku. Aku dah masuk pagar, tak lama tu Amal sampai. Dia tahan, dia kata, ni dah lambat ni. Macam bodoh kan. Dia tu memang syik lah. Aku minggu lepas pun kena kot dengan dia. Macam apa lagi? Tak, at least 2 minit kot, 2 minit. Kau tak boleh atur member ke? Sekelas kot agak macam perlu ke bodoh. Dia kan bajet, dia tak tu. Aku minggu lepas pun kena juga kan. Weh, aku tak muka bajet dia tu sumpah macam kimak tu. Sumpah macam kimak.
Muka dia kan? Aku tu selalu buat macam tu.
Ni cerita dia ni dah siap belum kita sekolah? Shit.
Lupa lah tu.
Sama. Aku pun lupa. Serius lupa. Apa lagi?
Assalamualaikum.
Datang dah. Apa ni?
Kau yang ketahan tadi?
Apa berkibat tu memang macam tu lah. Tak payah habis-habis pun bisa meja. Aku jealous lah tu. Aku nak kat boyfriend dia kot. Aku tak nak pun. Macam bodoh lah gitu. Aku nama 2 minit je dia perempuan ni kot. Aku dah tak boleh tolong dah dekat pagar. Dia dengan muka bajet dia macam sial dia. Dia dah lambat ni. Aku tadi memang tak puas hati aku tu tak bodoh lagi. Sial lah dia tu. Dia mampus tak mampu. Menyusahkan. Aku rasa kan betina tu memang cari pasangan kita sejak dari minggu lepas tu. Minggu lepas kau kena kan. Aku saja dia tu. Memang bagi dia macam apa masalah dia bodoh dia tu dia. Apa masalah dia?
Tak mahu buat kita aim kita.
Kenapa nak aim pula? Haji lah tu. Dia kan tak suka kita. Dia kan alah. Dia kan gila. Dia kan macam bajet. Memang bajet lah dia tu. Korang dah budak pandai kan. Kita kan macam kot dah bagi dia ni. Kita ni geng-geng apa? Beach yang tak layak. Ya babi lah. Ingat dia bagus sangat. Aku makan minta dia bapak dia pun. Kalau tak lah.
Yang dalam kau.
Kita siap belum? Dah siap belum?
Boleh bodoh.
Dah set lagi. Tengoklah. Page berapa ni?
190. Ada 5 exercise tu.
Mampus lah dengan tu dengan exercise butuh mampus semua.
Mampus semua orang.
Tak masalah. Dah siap kerja sekolah kau Aku tak siap pun lagi. Benci lah. Umur tu macam bodoh lah siap. Tak siap. Kau siap? Siap tak kan?
Aku tak siap.
Macam biasa lah. Macam biasa dengan cikgu tu. Aku kita buat bodoh macam lain. Buat bodoh dah. Kau tak payah buat bodoh. Memang dah bodoh.
Jana. Selaka lah budak ni. Perempuan ni. Lagi nak buat kau?
Tak puasa lah aku.
Lepas tu nak marah kau?
Tapi cikgu tu. Alah. Sebelum ni kita pernah buat juga kan?
Balik-balik kena denda. Yalah nak tak.
Kena denda sama-sama kan?
Bodoh. Tak pernah bodoh seseorang je.
Janganlah tutuplah buku ni. Kau silap-silap ni buat apa? Kau kena buat pun kan? Tengoklah mood dia hari ni. Kalau mood dia macam sial hari ni, habislah kita kalau mood dia okey. Tak tanya lah kot.
Cikgu tu kan? Cikgu tu kan?
Kamu naik lah dengan si pizza tu. Boleh lah geng dulu aku.
Duduklah duduk dengan semua kaki aku. Seorang lagi melayan aku. Benci.
Apa kau punya bincang?
Aku tak bodoh.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, teacher.
So today our English class is going to be only 30 minutes. So we are going to check the homework that you guys promised. Have you done your homework? What's your reason this time?
Teacher, I don't think you tell us to bring any homework.
Yeah, teacher.
Yes.
No homework, teacher.
I don't remember any homework, teacher. But you guys promised me last week.
You didn't make any promise, teacher. I think teacher forgot.
But I see you bring the book. Okay?
We bring the book.
We bring the book, but teacher, look. No, I didn't lipat any buku pun, teacher.
Kau bodoh bawa buku tu buat apa?
What's with the language?
Sorry,
Tak,
teacher.
tak. Saya ni bodoh, teacher.
Sayana, please don't use the bodoh-bodoh words.
Fine, teacher,
Okay.
fine.
So since all of you didn't finish your homework, we are going to do the homework today. Okay? Is that okay for you?
Fine, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Right. Open page 190.
Teacher, I don't bring my book. I don't have my book also, teacher.
But you do have paper. Why you guys don't have anything? How we are going to learn today? What should we do today?
Teacher teach.
Teacher teach lah.
I can listen to teacher.
Yes.
You want me to teach?
Yes.
Do you even remember what you guys learned last week?
Yes. Adjective.
Adjective, teacher.
What do you know about adjective?
Adjective like red, blue, pink. Hideous, stupid, like that.
Stupid. I think this girl remember, teacher.
Stupid is adjective.
Yes.
To describe her.
Yes, it is
You
correct.
stupid
But
also,
is
okay?
it appropriate to use stupid in class?
I think it's appropriate, teacher.
Why
But
like
like
so?
Sophia, she is really stupid, so I can call her stupid, right?
So you guys call each other stupid?
Yes.
No, I'm not stupid. They are.
They are stupid, teacher.
Do you guys think it's appropriate? It's not appropriate to use those kind of things.
Teacher, why don't you just teach in front? Because we are tired of hearing you nagging this and this, this and this.
You want to hear me nagging or you want to hear the disciplinary teacher nagging? So
Whatever.
let's proceed with this and you guys will finish the class today, okay?
Okay.
Teacher.
Lagi 5 lah aku.
Alright, I will give another copy of mine and you guys will do the exercise in the paper that we will give you. Alright?
Kan dah kantor ni. Kau pandai boleh. Komputer pula.
Shut up! Write this down. Do the work.
Okay, teacher. Babi je. Aku tak bawa apa-apa, tak bawa apa-apa. Macam ni aku lupa semalam kau. Aku buat. Aku tak pergi kat dalam tu. Kan selalu kau bawa kertas dia. Kertas pun tak buat lah. Betul tu. Main tu.
Kau pergi sekolah buat apa tu?
Aku
buat buku tu.
Lepas tu kau bantu kau bawa buku.
Jasmine, where's your book?
Aku masalahnya
Jasmine.
Lepas tu.
Jasmine!
Ya, apa sial? Sorry, cikgu. Sorry.
What? Sial?
Sorry,
Sorry, teacher. Terlepas, teacher. Sorry. I'm sorry, teacher.
Pula apa sih?
Weh, Mina. Buat apa tu? Fuck lah dia ni. Tak baca video kan tak boleh katnya. Empuk ke laptop macam time ni kau baru nak tengok. Apa siap? Kau ni lambat lah. Kau lambat. Orang dah bersama tengok cerita ni. Aku tak bodoh tu apa? Bodoh tu kau lah. Bodoh tu kau. Sibuk sangat nak pindah lah mata aku yang tengok kau. Mata kau bongek. Kau tahu tak ending dia cerita ni kan? Sumpah tak best weh. Yang bodoh. Fuck gila hero dia last kali. Cuba teka. Hero dia. Ya. Mati weh. Hero dia mati. So cerita ni boleh mampus lah. So aku tak tahu lah director fikir apa kan. Kenapa dia buat hero dia mati aku tak tahu. Sebaik kau tak payah tengok lah weh. Hero ni mati ke kau mati? Kasar pula aku nak mati. Himak tu lah. Kau lah mati. Orang nak tengok tu diam je dah. Bising. Ada kacau punya movie tak ada kan? Tu tak nak jadi macam bangang sangat nak kacau-kacau aku pula. Alah. Dah kau duduk sini. So apa tu buat apa mata kacau kau lah. Kau suruh kau tengok kat sini. ni kalau makan penampang tu sedap juga kan?
Mak, gaduh apa ni? Mak nak pergi kerja apa? Gaduh-gaduh.
Mak tengok dia nak tampar kita, Mak. Dia kata dia nak tampar kita.
Aja, dia tipu mak.
Apa ni main tampak-tampak ni?
Siapa suruh kacau
Macam
orang?
ni, Mak.
Orang tak ada badai kalau bergaduh. Risau hati mak. Mak nak kerja. Pergi kerja kan? Gaduh. Siap.
Tak, dia yang mula
Eh,
tu,
dah,
Mak.
stop.
Orang dia saja dia nak kacau-kacau dia.
Mak nak kerja.
Kau
Bye.
tadi bodoh sangat.
Kau tu dia ni cerita ni nak bersama
Tak dia kau.
tak up to date.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Sofia Ilya dan ini kawan saya Maria. Kami dari belajar dari Puncak Alam untuk mengumpul ramah cik bagi mengumpul data untuk dokumentari kami yang mengenai persepsi guru terhadap penggunaan bahasa yang kurang sopan dalam kalangan pelajar. Sebelum saya meneruskan umur ramah ini, saya ingin minta izin daripada Encik untuk merekod data daripada umur ramah ini dan berkongsi untuk tujuan kajian kami. Adakah Encik setuju?
Okey, silakan.
Saya akan teruskan dengan soalan pertama. Okey, pertamanya bolehkah Encik ceritakan sedikit tentang latar belakang Encik, nama, sekolah, subjek mengajar dan berapa tahun Encik dah mengajar?
Baiklah, nama saya Syazwan Syafiq bin Hamdan. Pengalaman saya mengajar sudah dalam 4 tahun. Saya mengajar subjek geografi dan PJK, berkhidmat di sekolah MK Methodist SES Ipoh.
Dan sepanjang tempoh Encik berkhidmat sebagai seorang guru, pernahkah Encik berdepan dengan isu penggunaan bahasa yang kurang sopan dalam kalangan pelajar di sekolah?
Selalu kerap. Sudahnya memang setiap hari lah boleh kita dengar perkataan yang kurang baik, kurang sopan kepada pelajar.
Pada pendapat Encik, adakah isu ini normal dan menjadi kebiasaan dalam kalangan pelajar kat sekolah?
Bagi saya normal lah. Bukannya pelajar Melayu je, pelajar Cina, India pun dia cakap perkataan yang kurang sopan lah, lebih kepada mencarut. Kalau India dalam bahasa dia, Cina bahasa dia, kita tak faham lah.
Okey, bolehkah Encik beri contoh dari perkataan yang kurang sopan yang pernah digunakan oleh pelajar atau pernah Encik dengar di kawasan sekolah?
Banyak perkataan yang mencarut lah, yang lucah ada. Kalau perkataan macam bodoh, bangang, itu biasalah. Kalau yang lucah tu banyak juga. Kalau dalam bahasa Cina dan Tamil saya tak tahu.
Adakah bagi pendapat Encik, adakah isu penggunaan bahasa yang kurang sopan ni berlaku hanya sesama pelajar atau turut berlaku bila belajar berinteraksi dengan guru?
Kebiasaannya mereka cakap kurang sopan ni sesama mereka lah. Tetapi ada juga mereka gunakan kepada guru, terutamanya kepada guru yang saya rasa guru tu kurang garang sikit lah. Contohnya macam guru-guru perempuan yang tak tahu ataupun tak berani nak marah dia orang, dia orang akan guna perkataan yang kurang sopan lah, carut.
Adakah Encik pernah menghadapi situasi di mana pelajar menggunakan bahasa kurang sopan terhadap Encik sekolah?
Pernah, tapi pelajar tu dia tidak sengaja, sudah menjadi macam habit dia orang terpencarut, tercakap kurang sopan, tiba-tiba depan kita pun dia cakap macam tu. Tapi mereka minta maaf lah lepas tu.
Dan dia sedarlah salah
Dia sedar kesalahan.
Adakah Encik merasakan bahawa isu penggunaan bahasa kurang sopan dalam kalangan pelajar ni melambangkan masalah sosial dalam kalangan remaja dalam hari ini, pada hari ini?
Ya, ia melambangkan masalah sosial sebab pada saya, kalau kita pergi tengok kelas hadapan, penggunaan bahasa kurang sopan ni minimal kurang. Tapi kalau kita pergi kelas hujung, setiap perkataan kurang sopan tu kita boleh dengar. Semua orang pun bercakap macam tu. Dia dah menjadi habit mereka lah. Kalau kelas depan kita kurang lah dengar.
So maknanya lagi belakang kelas tu lagi banyaklah dia punya penggunaan bahasa kurang sopan gitu macam.
Pada pengamatan dan pengalaman saya, iya.
Pada pendapat Encik, apakah yang punca-punca yang menyumbang kepada trend tidak sihat dalam pelajar masa kini iaitu mencarut ataupun penggunaan bahasa yang kurang sopan?
Pada saya mereka ni dia bercakap kurang sopan sebab dia tiru perlakuannya daripada orang dewasa. Contoh penjaga mereka. Itu contoh terbaik. Kalau mereka belajar perkataan bad words ni dekat rumah, dia akan bawa ke sekolah. Bila dia cakap dekat sekolah, kawan-kawan lain pula ikut. Lama-lama satu tingkatan, satu sekolah pun carut.
Tapi ada yang setengah parents yang memang tak duduk, tak stay di rumah, tapi anak-anak masih menggunakan bahasa kasar tu, macam mana pula?
Itu saya rasa pengaruh rakan sebaya lah.
Mesti pengaruh rakan
Ya.
sebaya. Sebagai seorang guru, boleh tak Encik cadangkan langkah-langkah yang boleh diambil oleh guru-guru untuk membendung isu ni?
Langkah-langkah ni saya rasa kita boleh bagi pada dua lah. Satunya kita mendidik, satu lagi kita menghukum. Kalau mendidik ni kita lah guru, kita kena tunjuk teladan lah. Kita janganlah dekat sekolah tu kita pula yang ketuanya. Kita kenalah cakap baik, cakap yang kurang sopan, cakap yang sopan, lebih kepada bersifat penyayang. So budak tu dia takkanlah mencarut. Yang keduanya hukum. Hukum ni kita boleh buat, contoh satu perkataan dia orang carut, kita denda duit ke, rotan ke. Itu kita boleh mencegah lah daripada mereka cakap kurang sopan.
Tapi untuk zaman sekarang kan ada yang manifesto yang kita tak boleh pukul atau hukum student lebih daripada limit dia. Maksudnya kita tak boleh kacau emosi dan dia punya suara. Tak boleh buat macam tu. So macam mana sekolah, contoh sekolah Encik buat untuk hadapi masalah ni?
Maksudnya kita tak guna pendekatan yang negatif, tak ada rotan tu macam mana? Kita guna pendekatan positif lah. Macam mana ya? Kita terapkan dalam kelas lah. Ataupun kita beritahu dia apa akibatnya kita cakap kurang sopan.
Pada pendapat Encik lah kan, isu ni boleh tak dibendung?
Boleh dibendung, tapi saya rasa ia memakan masa lah. Sebab kita boleh kontrol dalam persekitaran sekolah, tapi luar sekolah kita tak boleh nak buat apa. Mungkin dalam sekolah mereka cakap baik, kat luar sekolah lain pula jadi.
Selain daripada cadangan daripada pihak cikgu, apakah cadangan yang lain lagi yang Encik boleh bagi selain daripada cikgu macam parents pun boleh, orang lain pun boleh buat, apa yang orang sekeliling boleh buat untuk tolong dalam membendung masalah ni?
Saya rasa ni lah didikan dari rumah tu, ataupun kita kena didik masyarakat kita ni kurang mencarut dalam media sosial ke. Sebab pelajar ni mungkin dia terpengaruh atau terikut dalam media sosial dan terbawa-bawa dalam percakapan harian.
Itu saja. Saya nak mengucapkan terima kasih kat Cik atas beri kerjasama kat kami. So, terima kasihlah.
Okay.
For this particular part of the documentary project, we have conducted an interview with a secondary school teacher to address the issue of the use of inappropriate language among students with their peers and also towards the teachers. So for this particular interview, we have designed 9 questions that aim to explore more or focus on several aspects related to the problem. First and foremost, we wanted to know if using inappropriate language is common among students in Malaysian schools. According to Mr. Shazwan, it is normal and very common for the students to use inappropriate language. It has somehow become a habit for them to include such language in their daily conversation. He also said that the use of inappropriate language actually portrays the social issue among youngsters or teenagers nowadays. Next, we also wanted to know when or how exactly students use inappropriate language. According to Mr. Shazwan, students usually use inappropriate language when they are talking among themselves. It is very rare for the students to use the language in front of the teachers. However, sometimes students do accidentally use inappropriate language in front of the teachers. Next, we also wanted to know what are the possible factors that the teacher thinks could lead to this problem. According to Mr. Shazwan, he thinks that the 2 major factors that could lead to this problem are parental influence and also peer influence. Last but not least, we asked the teacher to give his opinion about the possible solution that can help to overcome this problem. According to Mr. Shazwan, teachers should play their role in educating and teaching the students why is it wrong to use inappropriate language, and sometimes punishment could be used if needed. To conclude, he said that it is impossible for the teachers to monitor the students' behavior, so the problem could actually be solved, but it might take some time. Therefore, each part of the community should play their role in helping to monitor and educate the children about the use of inappropriate language.
As you can see from our role play, the role play is divided into 3 parts, where the first part we show the part where the students are using inappropriate language while they are communicating with their friends. This part of role play is situated at school in the classroom. Okay, what we are trying to show is the seriousness of the issue of the use of inappropriate language among the students, where the students are talking and using inappropriate language while they are in school. In fact, where school is a place where we regarded it as
a sacred place where we think of it as a place where the students should be at their best behavior and they should speak the most appropriate language while they are at. However, most of the students nowadays are ignoring the fact that the school is a place where they study at where they should be at their best behavior. Therefore, most of the students are using inappropriate language and then picking up bad stuff from school and applying it among their friends. The second part of the video is where we show that the students are still using inappropriate language while conversing with their friends in classroom. However, in this situation, we also included a teacher. So in situation number 2, the students are using inappropriate language with the presence of the teacher. What we are trying to highlight here is we are still trying to highlight the seriousness of the issue, because what we can say is the students have been using inappropriate language very frequently, and they had developed the habit of using inappropriate language among them. So as you can see from the video, when the teacher called the student and then the student accidentally slipped out some inappropriate language while she is responding to the teacher, which I think should not happen in any situation. We should be at our best behavior. We should speak appropriate language so that we would not evolve any inappropriate habits, so that we won't we won't slip anything, we won't accidentally say something bad to other person. Another part of the video is the situation where the situation located is at home, where the student is using inappropriate language while communicating with her sibling, which I think is also not right. The issue is the student is learning bad things from her friends, maybe from her friends at school, and then applying it to her siblings at home. And the sad truth that we are trying to show here is that the parents did not know the issue of the student using inappropriate language at home, at school, because the parent is busy working. So the parents is unaware of the issue that their children are using inappropriate language. So therefore, for overall of this role play, we are trying to highlight the issue of the use of inappropriate language among students, whether in school or outside school or wherever they are. But we are trying to show that this inappropriate language should not happen among students, especially when they are only school children, because what they learn from school right now is what shape them and what will determine their future, and they might carry this bad behavior until the end of their day. That's all.
Swearing, cursing, and using inappropriate language can either be planned or completely spontaneous. For instance, if a person were to tell a joke using inappropriate language, this would be considered as planned. However, if a person injured themselves and used inappropriate language or swear due to the pain, this would be considered as unplanned or spontaneous. The use of inappropriate language has been increasingly common in children's everyday language. It is no doubt that it reflects the frequency in which they hear the use of inappropriate language spoken in the media, as well as casual conversations of the adult society. Though it is common nowadays to hear the use of inappropriate language spoken by society, it does not mean that we as teachers can tolerate its use by our students. Understanding why students use inappropriate language is important to understand the context and respond appropriately to the problem. Students use inappropriate language due to a variety of reasons. A study conducted by Chetan SV and Atia Fatima, entitled "The Use of F-Word Among High School Students," investigated various factors influencing students to use inappropriate language in school. The first factor is anger and frustration. Many students use inappropriate language or bad words because they feel angry. They want to express their strong feeling and emotions of anger, distress, and frustrated. Students are easily triggered to use inappropriate language when they are hurt or scolded by other person. The second factor is peer influence. We know that peer has given a great impact in a student's or teenager's development. Many students use inappropriate language because they are influenced by their friends. Some of them use inappropriate language or bad words just because they want to impress their friends and gain attention from them. The third factor is social media influence. We know that nowadays students are exposed to many platforms of social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This kind of social media platforms has given a chance and opportunity for students to learn bad words and inappropriate language and then using it in their daily life. The next factor would be the feeling of grown up. Many students, especially in secondary school, started to use inappropriate language or swear or bad words because they feel that they are a grown up person. They think that as a grown up person, they can use inappropriate language and bad words. Hence, they start using it and started become habit of them. Next one is trend factor. Many students use inappropriate language or bad words just for fun. They think that it is cool to use swear words or bad words in their conversation with their friends. Hence, they use it for their daily purpose to swear and curse at other people just for fun. And they think that it is fine and they feel not afraid at all to use inappropriate language. That's all. Thank you.
In addressing the issue of the use of inappropriate language among students in school, there are a few suggestions that could be done by teachers in order to help prevent or curb this problem. Okay, first and foremost, teachers need to know that it is important for them to respond to such occurrence behavior in the classroom, because teachers need to address the issue and let the students know that their actions are not acceptable in the classroom. Teachers' failure in doing so could make the students think that their actions of using inappropriate language in the classroom is acceptable. So it is important for teachers to respond to any occurrence of the use of inappropriate language in the classroom. Okay, next is it is important for teachers to actually know how to react properly to the occurrence of such behavior. It is recommended that teachers do not get upset easily or over focusing on such students, because different students have different reasons of using inappropriate language. Some might use it because they wanted to get attention from the teachers and friends, or they might just want to use inappropriate language because they wanted to express themselves in terms of emotions. So it is recommended that teachers do not get upset or over focusing on students who commit to such act, because it would make them think that they have got the attention that they are seeking for, and thus could increase their impulse to use more inappropriate language in the classroom. The third suggestion is for teachers to establish a silent signal to show their disapproval of the behavior. For example, teacher can use silent signal like this, putting one finger in the mouth to show the students that they need to stop from using the inappropriate language in the classroom. This also acts as a warning, as a silent warning, or the teacher's disapproval of behavior of using profanity or inappropriate language in classroom. So it shows the disapproval, hence the students know that they should stop doing so. Okay, the next suggestion is, if the teachers find that the problem is persistent, the action that could be taken is to take further action, to report it to the responsible parties. For example, we can report it to the school and for disciplinary actions, or report it to the parents themselves, so that both parties can help each other to stop this problem from getting worse in the future, because it could affect their character building in the future.
As a review on this documentary, we had addressed our concern on the rising trends of using foul language among students at school. Although using foul language is not considered as serious as any other disciplinary problem, but somehow it is considered as a misbehavior because it has a strong potential to develop into a bigger problem. Therefore, that's why teachers and parents as well need to be aware on this issue, and we have to find solutions to curb this problem. So first we're going to look at the factors as mentioned by Sophia before, which students pick up this foul language from their family members, and this claim is supported by Jay, a psychology professor at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, where he stated that this foul language usage has turned into a natural behavior of the kid because they heard this foul language daily in their life throughout the interactions within the family members. They also use this language to interact with their family members because they are not offended. Somehow, other outsiders might not react the same way. So that's why it is not appropriate for them to use foul language. And the previous speakers I now also added to this point where kids perceive using foul language as a demonstration of maturity like adult, because adult tend to insert cursing and swear words in their speech. And also Zayana mentioned that students are keen to bombard curse words in their conversation due to peer pressure, because they wanted to mingle around with their peers, and being a goody two shoes is not cool for them. It is an insult because they will become a misfit in their peer surrounding. Besides, they also tend to use foul language to express their anger and frustration. And despite all of these inferiorities that teenagers are facing that triggered them to use foul language, our local media, the television shows and social medias are not helping at all, but they are injecting more of these bad influences to our kids nowadays. And yeah, so as we have acknowledged the factors, so we have come to resolve this problem as the responsibility of parents and of course teachers. It is unavoidable for teachers. And for parents, they need to be a model. They need to model a good examples to their kids. They have to encourage good manners in the kids' upbringing at home. And the first and foremost thing that parents should do is to establish rules at home for these kids to know what is allowed and what is not allowed for them to do, so that when they go outside, they will know how to adapt themselves using these rules by retaining the good manners that has been instilled in themselves. And yeah, they know how to adapt with the school environments. And for teachers, this disciplinary duty is unavoidable. As Sophia mentioned previously, that teachers should reprimand students' behaviors according to rules and consequences, where teachers need to establish a clear rule as well. And the most important thing is that teachers should be extra careful in lesson planning to avoid using materials that might have any negative elements. So hereby, as a conclusion, for language issues among students should not be overlooked in the classroom. Teachers need to reinforce the usage of proper language for the students, because students need to realize that the language that they speak, the language that they use, reflect their demeanors, reflect their intellectuality, and most importantly, the language they use reflect their emotional stability, so that by restraining themselves from using foul language, they might learn to have self-control and able to channel their thoughts and emotion in a more healthy way, and thus it will bring out a positive image of our youth. Okay, that's all.